No thanks for good podcast. Check it out.
No thanks for a good experience.
Treat my day, no thanks for good by night, all day.
Joe, welcome to the pod, Joe. Thanks for coming on.
Welcome to the pod, Joe.
Thank you for having me, Joe.
I love your back the blue shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
It says jiu-jitsu. It doesn't say back the blue.
No, it doesn't say. It says back the jiu-jitsu. That's what it says.
Yeah, mine says eat, sleep, jiu-jitsu, repeat.
Jiu-jitsu. That's a pretty sick shirt. I kind of like that one more than I like my jiu-jitsu shirt.
Yeah, but yours is more American, and I love American.
Yeah, but yours is like kind of like a morning routine, which I like.
Well, it doesn't have cold plunge. Eat, sleep, cold plunge, jiu-jitsu, repeat.
Yeah.
Basically, we didn't get to 500 subscribers, so Caroline and Chris have been replaced
they've
with a more successable podcast.
This is a rebranding of the pod to a more successful format. We've done.
We like Genevieve Go.
We let Genevieve Go.
Young Jamie instead.
Young Jamie is now on the mic. Looks a lot like Genevieve, but it's Young Jamie. We've just rebranded to a more successful. We did some research and we found that this format might be the best, most successful format for a podcast, right? And we're going to change what we talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some different things, some things that might challenge the mind a little bit, think outside the box. Not what the regular media wants you to talk about.
Oh, yeah, the media.
Yeah.
The media used to run our podcasts.
They did. CNN used to email us every single day telling us what to talk about, and we are no longer listening to the traditional media.
We're not listening anymore.
And, yeah.
Pfizer?
No.
Did you see the UFC fight last week?
I did, and I thought it was great. I thought when he got him like that, do you remember that?
Yeah. And it's funny because like UFC is so similar to comedy in so many ways.
Yeah. When I'm on stage, I feel like I'm fighting the audience. In a lot of ways. I feel like I'm putting each and every one of the audience members in a headlock, and I'm strangling them until they laugh at me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all about force. It's a lot about testosterone, and it's a lot about Chimp Brain, which is our sponsor of the podcast, Chimp Brain. They make a jerky made out of fried and dried chimpanzee brain. Which is
maybe illegal in the States, but it's because they don't want you functioning at your top mentality.
And you can have it special order in the United States. You do. It comes in discreet packaging. It does look like a birthday cake for a child.
Yeah.
But inside the birthday cake, that's where the chimp brain is. You open it up. It only can be ordered on the Silk Road right now, but use discount code ChimpBrainJoe for 30% off your first order of Chimp Brain. Okay, that was a good first ad read out of the way right there.
Yeah, that was good.
And we are taking advertisers, just not traditional advertisers.
Not traditional advertisers. So we don't want, we don't want any of your libtard stuff.
Yeah, or just anything mainstream.
Yeah. But like AG1 is not mainstream.
No, it isn't. AG1's amazing. I snort it every morning.
Yeah. Robin Hood's not mainstream either.
Robin Hood's not mainstream, and neither is Lockheed Martin or Raytheon, who also are sponsor of this podcast. Let's dive into it. I want to talk about a few topics today. I want to talk about aliens.
I'm always wanting to talk about it. Well, okay.
Well, do you believe in aliens?
No, not only do I believe in aliens, I believe that they're harvesting our souls.
Yeah?
So basically...
That's interesting.
So our souls are in a cycle, right? When we die, our souls are re-put into another body, right?
Okay. So you believe in reincarnation?
Yeah.
Okay. But with aliens?
The aliens are getting reincarnated. They feed off of our souls. Our souls are food. Now they feed off the negative energy. Okay. So that's why like the world is bad. They try to keep us down so the aliens can eat, and they're harvesting our souls. So we're just like basically like cattle ready to be getting ready to be slaughtered.
So, and I do believe in the power of negative energy. I believe in the power of positive energy. So you're telling me that if we reduce our negative energy, we will starve the aliens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's how.
And one of the ways to do that is to cold plunge. Your diet, supplements.
Hunt and eat elk, I believe is another way to do that.
Living in Austin, Texas.
God's
promised
land. A lot
land.
of people think that Austin, Texas might be the epicenter of the anti-alien movement because there's just so much positive energy waves coming from that town.
Oh my God. I love Austin, Texas. When I'm in Austin, Texas, you know what? I wave to my neighbors, they wave back.
Yeah. That doesn't happen in other places.
It doesn't happen
Doesn't happen
everywhere.
in California, let me tell you.
No, let me tell you. Well, that's Sodom and Gomorrah. But
Yeah.
Austin, I imagine it's similar to when the Jews finally got to the Promised Land
Yeah.
with milk and honey, except
Weren't
for...
they not allowed in after all?
We'll get to that. But
Okay.
it's like milk and honey was in the Promised Land.
Yeah.
And in Austin, it's like that, but it's
Which
like
raw
barbecue
milk,
sauce
raw
and-
milk, by the way. Raw milk, okay, not processed milk. Okay,
No,
'cause
yeah.
that's- yeah, it's raw milk. Studies have shown that drinking raw milk actually is better for you than all the processed, because apparently the government's putting fluoride in the milk.
Isn't that good for our teeth, though?
Yeah, but it causes autism.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is similar to when the Israelites got to the Promised Land that was flowing with milk and honey.
Mm-hmm.
Austin, Texas is the Promised Land for God's chosen people, but it's with barbecue sauce and queso.
Yeah.
I thought that was Salt Lake City.
No,
That's
for
the Mormons.
Are you familiar with like the three main groups of aliens?
I'm not.
Okay. So there's like three main groups of
Father and
aliens.
Son and Holy Spirit?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Father, Son, and Holy
Amen.
Spirit. But there's like three species of aliens that people have reported seeing when they're like abducted or have seen an alien.
Are these like ethnicities?
Yeah, they're kind of like ethnicities or like species of aliens.
Do
we don't
aliens
know.
struggle with racism?
That's a good question, honestly.
Is there like racism towards the shade of green they are?
If space is anything like this world of ours, potentially yes.
Like when applying to college,
Yeah,
is there like a
there might
certain
be
race
affirmative
that-
alien action.
Yeah,
Interesting.
who
some
gets
of
to
the-
fly the UFOs?
Like, is there
These are all
DEI?
These are all great.
with
DEI, alien, EI.
We'd love to have you on the pod if you're an alien.
Yeah, but let's talk about the three groups. So, are you familiar with the Greys? Okay, so the Greys are like pretty much
Meredith Grey.
Yeah, Meredith Grey. Now here, take a look at the Greys here. These are like the most common aliens.
I thought they were supposed to be green.
So the Greys, so the green ones are the little ones. They're actually
Oh,
really
and then they
short.
grow up to be
Greys
green.
are. They might. We don't know. They could be the same species, but they completely
Oh.
lack human body parts such as noses, ears, and sex organs.
Well, then how do they have children?
we don't really know
Do
yet.
they lay eggs?
But they do have a thigh gap, which is really important.
Yeah, skinny legends.
They're skinny. If you saw that, I think you wouldn't have fear first. You might have jealousy when you saw one of them.
I'm pretty sure nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. They said that.
they created that expression.
They're the
Yeah.
ones who said that.
They came down and said that to someone, and it's been spread around. So those are the Greys. Now there's another type of alien called like the reptilian. Have you heard of like reptilian people? You know, some people
like the
believe
lizard people in the government.
Yeah, so they believe that some of the lizard people control the government, that they can like wear human skin and pose as wow, what a terrible
So if they
picture.
wear human skin, my question is like, so for example, let's say AOC is a lizard person.
Yeah.
Did she steal someone's skin or did she just like put on that skin?
I wonder if they had the technology to make skin.
Well, it seems like they did. Otherwise, she had to have killed someone.
But the reptilians have they've been on this planet. A lot of people believe they've been on this planet for a long period of time.
Were they maybe dinosaurs?
They could have evolved from dinosaurs. A lot of people believe the dinosaurs still exist. You know, they weren't wiped out, and maybe they just transformed into intelligent lizard men. We don't know. But then there's one more group of aliens, and they're called the tall whites.
No.
Yeah, they are. They're called the tall whites. These are very common. They're also called.
they
they're also
Hitler's
called
favorites?
Nordic aliens. You might. Now this is interesting right here, because this looks a lot like you.
It does.
Do you have something you want to tell us, Caroline?
It does.
So if we want to go describe
Well,
the
now
tall
you know
whites,
why I don't have any sex organs.
How tall are you, Caroline? How tall are you? You like 6 foot?
Yeah.
And you have blue eyes and blonde hair, right?
Yeah. Well, it's highlighted. They just look like vampires. They look like Edward
No, they're like
and
that guy's working at a coffee shop in Brooklyn right now.
he looks like Legolas.
Yeah, it's Legolas. They're like the elf people. Yeah, they're very attractive though, and a lot of people I think have sexual encounters with the tall whites.
I'm
Really?
confused.
Yeah.
Do they have like powers, or are these just like tall blonde people?
They're
are these
tall-
just like Swedish people?
I think they might just
Just
be
Swedish
Swedish tourists that people are confusing for aliens.
Yeah, that seems like what's
Yeah.
happening.
They could just be visiting
So they're just like people
farmlands.
from the Netherlands. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, like
something.
what are and like is it like why are they different than Swedish people?
Albinos.
Like is there something just like that they're wearing that's different? Like
They I think they dress in all like very minimalistic clothing. So they shop at Uniqlo. And they wear a lot of like gray. I mean, honestly, throw you and I in a gray sweatsuit, walking around late at night.
Yeah, it's just me in an Aritzia sweatsuit.
Yeah, it's you in an Aritzia sweatsuit. Yeah, look at that picture, right, with the guys beaming him in the chest. Oh yeah, that's pretty sick. That's good.
They just look like angels.
Yeah, I mean, some people believe that the tall whites might also be angels too. But
you're just saying that now because you're one of them.
Yeah, I mean,
sure. That would be awesome if we were coming out as aliens.
We could potentially, maybe we're all aliens. Actually,
does Joe have blue eyes?
No, he's 5'2".
I don't know, but he is literally so small.
He might be a gray. Honestly, Joe might be a gray. Some people believe that the reptilians and the grays dress up as tall whites to be more welcoming.
That's what I was about to say.
You know, they because they're afraid that their appearance might scare humans, so they dress up as the most attractive humans that they. But this is what they think, not me. As a tall, blonde hair, blue-eyed man. This is what the aliens think.
It's just like, so the aliens are racist.
The aliens might be racist, yeah. I think that they probably are. I mean, it seems that all the UFO encounters happen in America.
But also,
have you noticed that?
Not only that, it's always like redneck people.
Yeah, it's rednecks.
Like, when would the UFOs like abduct like a nice black gentleman?
Yeah. I mean, UFOs...
Like, why are they only picking, like, redneck people?
The UFOs are not going to Atlanta.
But they should.
They're not going to Atlanta.
It's very racist.
It's very racist that they aren't.
So I'm guessing since they probably have no good culture. They probably don't even know about soul food or, like, hip-hop yet.
I imagine the food is very bland.
Yeah, I imagine the food is very bland.
And you know they don't fuck.
Well, they can't.
Because they don't have sex organs?
Because they don't have sex organs.
Maybe they like rub.
And also it's like what, you know, like
white people don't have sex.
Don't know how to fuck, you know. They don't know how to bang. They don't know how to lay it down.
It's just like, you know, I really think like, and I'm saying this like as an ally, like it would behoove
as an alien.
It would behoove the aliens to maybe abduct a nice Indian woman because they don't have tiki masala. They don't have.
They
korma.
Definitely haven't tried it. Maybe
they don't have buttered chicken.
Maybe if
they don't have naan bread.
Yeah, maybe if they tried it, they wouldn't want to invade Earth. Maybe like this place kind of sick. Honestly,
I wonder if they probably haven't even abducted an Italian.
Aliens have probably not abducted Italian, and they are missing out.
They're freaking missing out.
They got to abduct an Italian guy to make some fucking eggplant. What's it called?
Parm?
Eggplant parm.
They're gonna abduct a nice Latina woman with some sass, and it's gonna change the world.
Yeah, they're gonna abduct a Latino woman with a fat ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So yeah, aliens are out there. I mean, I think. Do you actually do you believe in aliens for real or no?
It's one of those things. Like sometimes people ask me things, and I'm not trying to be like closed-minded. Like I don't think about this.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, when do you guys have time to think about this? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm like. You know, there's just so much going on. Maybe it's because I live in New York and it's so busy. But it's like between like my job, my hopes and dreams for my life, my friends and family.
You don't got time to think about the cosmic universe.
Well, like, aren't we like the government, United States? But I will say, like, I don't think that they don't exist. I see no reason why aliens wouldn't exist. I believe they're out there, but I don't believe they look like this.
I think aliens.
I don't think they look like this.
I think like. From a statistic standpoint, with just the amount of stars and planets that exist in the
obviously
universe,
there's something
there
out
probably is life out there.
But I think aliens are just like on another planet in another universe, but they look like us.
It's weird to me that they would like come here and like not fully just be like, hey, we exist. They're trying to hide, and they're not even good at hiding. You know what I mean?
They're not even good at hiding.
Like they get caught all the time. Like there's everyone's always seeing them and like taking
this
pictures.
leads me to another conspiracy theory where the aliens are made up and all the evidence of aliens is made up by the government.
Yeah.
To get us to trust them. Like if they freak everyone out.
Wait, to trust them or to think that they're really powerful? Because they try to hide it. So maybe if we think that they're hiding, we go, they're powerful.
No. Basically, yes. But the idea of all of like aliens are fake and not that they're fake, but all of this evidence that we have is made up by the government.
Okay.
And their goal is to basically freak us out enough that we're like, you know, kind of stop
we're
focusing on little issues.
on the problems.
Yeah, we stop focusing on taxes and stuff, and they can get away with more things.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because if we're worried about aliens, we're not really going to worry too much about the fact that an ambulance costs $5,000.
Literally.
You know, or that billionaires don't pay taxes.
And yet, I pay so much in taxes.
I know, me too.
I pay so much in taxes. It's crazy.
I gotta start doing my taxes.
I do too.
Oh fuck.
But it's like, I always heard my parents be like, oh, so much in tax. I pay so much. But like now I'm here and I'm like, but I'm just a girl.
Yeah.
Like my dad paid a lot in taxes. Okay.
He's a man.
Well, also like maybe he was my age, but he felt grown. But now I'm like, me?
Yeah. No.
I'm just buying things on eBay.
What?
All I'm doing is buying things on eBay.
Yeah, you're just buying vintage T-shirts on eBay.
All I'm doing is buying vintage Fan of the Opera T-shirts on eBay. Why do you want my money?
Yeah.
You want my money?
There should be
just a little money.
There should be a cutie pie discount.
Yeah.
If you can prove that you're a cutie pie to the government, you should not have to pay taxes.
I'm wearing Adidas ballet
shoes, which didn't know those existed.
At any moment, I could do a passe or a chasse.
Pas de chat.
A passe?
A pas de chat, yeah.
You know what those aliens have? They don't have a passe.
They don't have a passe.
Yeah.
One of the conspiracy theories I saw this morning was that every time Beyonce goes on tour, a famous musician dies. So when she went on tour in 2009, it's when Michael Jackson died.
Okay, so you think that there's a correlation between Beyonce going on tour?
People think that there's a correlation. Then the next time she went on tour, Donna Summers died.
Can we look up this conspiracy theory?
Then Whitney Houston died.
Now, how often is she going on tour? Because I feel like famous people die all the time.
Now, the flaw in this conspiracy theory is all of these people were old or abusing drugs.
TikTok conspiracy theory links Beyonce's world tours to music icon's death. The eerie conspiracy theory claims that there's a link between Beyonce's world tours and the deaths of music legends. Now, maybe it's like a sacrifice to the tour.
I think it is.
That every time Beyonce goes out there, she made a deal with the devil that another soul must be taken for her to continue to have success.
No, these people are all old.
Yeah, can we?
Or have been abusing drugs for decades.
Okay, the theory starts in 2009 when Beyonce kicked off the I Am Sasha Fierce, great album by the way, world tour in March. Just 3 months later, the king of pop, Michael Jackson, died in June. 3 months later is
That's a little bit.
It's a little bit of a stretch. You got to kind of happen.
Fast forward to 2012 as Beyonce announced the Miss Carter Show World Tour, and shortly thereafter, 2 icons passed away. Queen of Disco, Donna Summers, love her, in May, followed by the tragic death of Whitney Houston in early 2012.
Yeah.
So the tour started, it just says shortly after. It doesn't say what month.
Yeah.
Beyonce and Jay-Z on the Run tour began in June of 2014, and Bobby Womack passed away the same month. And then Formation tour in 2016, Prince died.
Oh.
2 years later, Beyonce and Jay-Z launched Run 2, and Aretha Franklin died. So who's going to die next?
Who's going to die?
I don't
next?
even want to say. I actually don't even want to say.
It's probably bad juju.
Yeah.
We believe in
the Renaissance tour. Tina Turner died.
Yeah, we believe in. There's another tour happening, right? The Cowboy Carter tour.
Yeah.
I don't want to put that negative energy out there.
I don't, but let me just say, it's no one who's young.
No, it's except for maybe Whitney Houston, but she had a drug problem.
But she had a drug problem.
And Michael Jackson had a drug problem too. But yeah, they're all old icons, and like they were gonna probably die at some point. And Beyonce just seems to be on tour every like 3 to 4 years. So just timing wise, I think it just is.
I do like the theory though, because Beyonce's so successful and so talented. Yeah. I don't like the idea that like someone is that good.
I do think
maybe she's an alien.
I think that Beyonce might be an alien. But also, I mean, Jay-Z, I don't know. There's something over time I've started to feel a little like I remember when I was a kid, everyone was like, when he would go like that, the Hove sign. Yeah. Everyone was like, that's an Illuminati thing.
Same with
no one really talks about the Illuminati anymore.
Yeah, no one really talks
They're kind of over it.
Yeah.
You know? The Illuminati, I just don't know. Do you believe in the Illuminati?
Well, the problem is like no one's really like famous like that anymore.
No.
Like, you know,
because who would be in the Illuminati now? Who would be in the Illuminati now? Hard to say that. Probably, unfortunately, Mr. Beast would have to be in the Illuminati.
Yeah, this was actually a conversation on Fishbowl where I said that Mr. Beast and Alex Earl are like A-listers.
Yeah.
And Gio was like, no, they're not A-listers. They're not, but they are.
They're
more famous than like, okay, maybe they're not like in movies, but they're more famous
it's a different type of fame
than like any other
people,
and they make more money than any other person.
Right.
And then you have to ask yourself, they have more fame and more fortune. The only thing they don't have is maybe like an industry acceptance.
Yeah, but you know, you don't need the industry anymore.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Yeah, we're not mainstream media.
And look at us.
We're not mainstream media.
We're not mainstream media.
And so the thing about it is like, what would you rather have? A bunch of like old weirdo pedophiles say, hey, you can be in my movie? Or would you rather be really famous and really rich? I mean, that's just what I have to say. But also, I would like to be in the pedophile movies.
In the pedophile movies?
Yeah, I would like to still be in those pedophiles movies. Like
movies about pedophiles? Or
No. Like if you're everyone knows. People say Hollywood's run by the Jews. It's not. It's run by pedophiles.
Yeah.
Some of them might be Jewish.
Yeah, by happenstance.
And that's not a correlation between the Jewish people and pedophiles,
No.
by the way.
No, not at all.
It's not. Not all Jews are pedophiles.
No.
But all pedophiles are Jews.
You know what I just realized?
You saw that coming.
I saw that coming, yeah. No, you know what I just realized? If you are listening to this podcast, you have no idea that we are dressed as Joe Rogan. We both are wearing bald caps and we are wearing muscle suits and we're wearing jiu-jitsu shirts. And the logo is the Joe Rogan Experience, but with me and Caroline's face with an eye in our forehead. Third eye in our forehead. So I just realized that they have no idea. So just know that.
And I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I keep that joke? Because I think that's so funny.
It's pretty funny. I mean, it's...
First of all, any joke you were offended by, Joe Rogan said, bitch.
Yeah.
Not me.
And that's obvious, by the way, that you are Joe Rogan.
And I also want to say with the rise of anti-Semitism, I do love Jewish people, and the rise is not okay. And also, I love my producer Genevieve, who is Jewish. All my friends are Jewish.
Yeah.
My whole team is Jewish. My agent, wait.
Wait.
Oh, wait. No,
The wait
okay,
was
that
crazy.
was a coincidence.
The wait was crazy.
But they are. I only work with Jewish women. I really do only work with Jewish women. And I
Yeah.
only want to work with Jewish women.
That's right.
I went and saw Snow White just for Gal Gadot.
And you booed every time Rachel Zegler got on screen.
But like sometimes I'm like, I don't know if people get our sense of humor, and like we're constantly like we're
joking.
We're also desensitized to comedy. Like we're always around comedy, always like laughing
right.
TBH. And so like sometimes like and no offense to you guys, but sometimes like you guys on the internet, like your comedy, like you're not on our level.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you watch porn. And in the beginning,
keep going.
And in the beginning, you can just watch people kiss and you're like, oh, wow, that gets me off. But the more you watch porn, the more you're like, okay, I kind of need someone to have a gun in their mouth. It's like comedy. Like in the beginning, it's like, oh yeah, like I'm good with this garbage shit.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get on iFunny and watch some memes.
Like Jeff Dunham, like, haha, the puppet talks.
If I want to laugh.
Yeah. You need someone. You need to watch an ISIS beheading video to laugh now.
I'm sweating through my muscle suit.
You're sweating through your bald cap. You must have an itchy head, by the way, because you've been scratching your head or moving your head around.
I think I just like kind of like I'm trying to keep it on.
Yeah.
I like that the bald cap has sideburns.
I like how it has wrinkles. Obviously, this guy did not moisturize.
Well, I just want you guys to know. Pedophiles in Hollywood, that like I get Botox so I can look young.
Yeah.
And I would like literally whatever you guys need. Like, you know, I don't think I'm really open to like having sex with someone for a role. Like, I don't really think that's me. But like, if you needed like me to maybe send lewd photos.
Okay. Which, by the way,
I'd be into
by
that.
the way, is like. That is like you know.
I have to send you one.
Is that a fair trade?
I have to send you one
trade?
nipple, and I can be in a movie with Timothée Chalamet.
Pretty good trade. Pretty good trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good trade.
So I was going around the office asking everyone what their favorite conspiracy theories are, and I asked our wonderful equipment guy Joe, and he told me that Paul McCartney's dead. Now I thought that you might know this.
Paul McCartney's dead. Paul is dead. Yes, I have heard this conspiracy theory.
I never heard this conspiracy
theory.
theory.
The conspiracy theory is that Paul McCartney, the original Paul McCartney in the Beatles, if you
it's
don't
very
know,
much Avril Lavigne, Melissa, whatever.
It's pretty much the same conspiracy theory, just with a different person.
That Beyonce went on tour.
There's a
so
lot
Paul
of
McCartney had to die.
Yeah, so that's... Yeah, Beyonce went on tour in 1966, so Paul McCartney had to die. But this is actually a very common conspiracy theory. that people that are alive now died a while ago, and then they hired a perfect replacement.
People are thinking that about the podcast. They're like, wow, Caroline died.
And that is actually what happened.
That's actually what happened.
We are not the same people.
It's episode 10. We didn't get 500 subscribers.
So we are dead.
So we were murdered,
Yeah.
and then they put in our place the tall whites.
Tall whites, aliens. So basically, the conspiracy theory is that there was a car accident that Paul McCartney was in, and he died. But the band's team, their manager, and their agents, and everything were like, this is the Beatles. This is right when they were getting started, you know? So they were like, we got to replace him. So they hired a guy to basically be Paul McCartney, the new Paul McCartney. And they said they noticed physical changes in Paul McCartney, and also that there's hidden messages in songs. If you play certain songs backwards, you can hear.
He is a madman. Help us, save us.
Yeah, you can hear.
He is a madman. Help. Like
Exactly.
Spy Kids.
Yeah, I forget what song it is. I think it's "I Am the Walrus." Maybe look that up. The song backwards. You can hear them say, "Paul is dead. Paul is dead." Tomorrow Never Knows. Now, the Beatles were also doing drugs and psychedelics, so they were already making some. At a certain point of time, they started getting a little psychedelic-y, so a lot of people noted that when that started happening, that's when they think Paul died. But let's just say for a second, if Paul McCartney did die and they hired a replacement, this guy has committed to the bit so hard.
Is he married to Paul? Like, was Paul McCartney married before? And
Paul McCartney was not married before.
Okay,
he died.
so this could be this guy's like actual wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's really committed to the bit, and he's like done a lot of good music.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
Honestly, the best thing that probably could have ever happened to the band was Paul dying.
He
Because
did.
this guy is really freaking talented.
He's really good. I mean, what a home run.
It's kind of like when Freddie Mercury, when they replaced him with Adam Lambert, and it's kind of like, Adam Lambert's really fucking good.
Yeah, and they're historically, as you know, they replaced him because Freddie, like, what was it, died of AIDS or something, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why they replaced. It was some excuse. Have you ever done shrooms before or experimented with psychedelics?
Yeah, I'm not a loser.
Okay, I've done them before.
Yeah, I'm a very open-minded person.
Yeah, we know. Have you ever had a negative experience with that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Like
Mostly negative.
Mostly a negative experience. I feel like everyone who vouches for like shrooms and psychedelics is always like, it's great, it opens your mind, it's blah, blah, blah. And like, I think I've had one experience where I was like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whoa, but most of them are just kind of like,
Yeah,
just in my mind. I'm just like,
totally.
just panic. Like I'm in a parking lot and I think everyone like.
Why are you doing it in a parking lot?
Well, I was at like a Grateful Dead concert.
Oh, yes, yes.
The thing about psychedelics that people don't realize is that you have to do them in like nature.
Yeah, and like I understand why someone would think you should do it at a Grateful Dead concert.
Yeah,
but like
worst place to do it.
No,
because alone you'll have a panic attack just there with the people. Because I love that music. I love the Grateful Dead.
We
but
love
there's
the Spinners.
There's people that just all they do. I don't even know how they don't get dizzy. The entire 3-hour concert they just spin.
It's crazy.
Like they twirl. They go like all.
Who?
At the Grateful Dead concerts.
At Grateful Dead concerts, there's a bunch of serious deadheads. I'll show you what they do. Okay,
they're called Spinners, and
they're called Spinners.
You leave
the
like
entire concert. They just go like this.
What?
I think they spin in different directions so it keeps them straight. But also,
Did they puke?
By the way, I did that I was just spinning for like maybe 5 seconds. I'm so dizzy. I might vomit.
But the thing that's really crazy about the Grateful Dead concerts is that like people make room for them. Like they're in the pit.
They have their own
respect
section.
them.
They're always stage
Like people
right.
give them room, like as if they're like blind people walking on the street.
Yeah, it's their own. The spinner section. They have their own section. Now, did you know that in Grateful Dead history, there also a bunch of deaf people would come to the concert and they'd hold balloons because they could feel the vibrations.
Oh yeah.
Through the balloon.
That's got to be a trip.
And there's like different sections. So there's.
That's
Anyway,
crazy.
everyone, all those people, a lot of those people aren't on drugs, which is even the crazier part. They're just kind of like, that is their drug, spinning.
Well, we were like talking about them, expecting them to be like, "Whoa," and one of them was like, "Hey, yeah, you want to spin?"
Yeah.
And we were like, "Whoa."
Yeah. They're like, you want to spin? They're like totally normal. He's like, I work in finance. What? We're like, what?
Yeah.
You have dreads and you
You
smell
would
like a
think-
foot.
You would think that would be the place to do it now, but I'll be honest, I did them at a Whitney Cummings show.
Yeah.
That's the place to do
That's
it.
the place to do it.
She's funny.
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen her on shrooms. Holy shit.
Next level funny.
Holy shit.
And in fact, if you're listening to this podcast, maybe do some shrooms.
Oh my God.
'Cause
Yeah,
we'll-
listen while you might think that this might be the funniest thing you've ever seen.
You might think it's the funniest thing I've ever
You
seen.
might think it's Joe Rogan
You
funny.
might think you're watching 2 Joe Rogans. The worst experience I ever had on shrooms was during the pandemic. Me and my buddies rented a cabin in upstate New York.
Of course.
And because there's nothing to do, you couldn't do anything. You just had
Yeah.
to like go to a cabin upstate New York.
And do
And we
drugs.
decided that we were going to do shrooms in the woods. And that's what we did. And it was a good experience. It was my first time ever doing them. And it was, I was in the woods and like, like rays of light come through the forest.
Yeah.
I would like gravitate for them and like feel like some energy. I don't know, something hippie. But then I saw a creek, a really nice like rivery creek thing. And I decided to jump into it.
Okay.
And I was like, nature. For the next 2 to 3 months after that experience, I was shitting gray matter every single day. Every day. Gray. Looks like one of those aliens. All right. It was bad. And you know what? This is the thing. I did not realize this, but that creek, that river was actually like a sewage runoff.
Oh God.
So I jumped
You
into.
must have smelled so bad.
I didn't smell bad. I think the river just had a lot of contaminated water in it.
And
Yeah.
you swallowed a bunch of it?
It got into my bloodstream somehow.
Maybe did you get underneath it? Like nose?
I think I did fully go in. Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably like just through all your
it
holes.
probably got in somewhere, but I got sick from it. But for the next like 2 or 3 months, I was like having these bad, every day was hell. And this is how bad my diet is. Okay, this is how bad my diet is. For the first few weeks, I was just thinking, oh, this is my fault. I was like, well, I had
Weeks?
weeks. For weeks, I was like,
Weeks.
well, this is because I had.
You must have crazy poops.
It was I do.
I
sometimes.
feel bad for
I
your
do.
roommate.
Classic
This
me.
is former me. I've gotten a lot better from it. I've taken certain supplements to help me with that. But I would just be like, well, the reason I'm shitting gray matter is because I had ice cream 3 weeks ago, and it's still just trying to get through my system, right? So I was doing that, and then eventually I would eat anything. Toast, immediate gray diarrhea. I don't even know how that made sense. Anyway, I started telling my mom about it. She was like, yeah, you might be like sick or something. And then one time I like started throwing up, and I'm like, okay, I'm really sick. Now, while I was getting very sick, I was losing a lot of weight. Losing a lot of weight. In fact, so much.
Did you want to lose weight?
I do want to lose weight. I want to be more cut. Now, as I was shitting gray matter, and
But
not
you're
being,
in such great physical.
well, yeah, that's right. I'm in great shape now. This is a while ago. I wasn't beefed up. I wasn't a beefcake back then. I wasn't taking ivermectin back
you
then.
weren't eating elk meat.
I wasn't
yet.
eating elk meat every day and doing cold plunges
raw
the way that I'm
elk meat.
raw elk meat the way that I am now. But I started to like get abs from losing weight. I started to get cut. I was like, but I also had the face of a dead person.
Yeah, when I was like really thin during
was
the
like-
pandemic, it's like, wow, my stomach looks amazing, but my face looks absolutely
I had-
terrible. I've aged 15 years.
Yeah, I had sunken in eyes and I had gray skin.
Yeah, like here to here, my body's banging. Everywhere else, it's like,
So I was like hot and I was like, yeah, but I also felt like death every day. So I had to go to the doctor and they had to give me an ultrasound. You know
Oh.
an ultrasound for like
of course.
babies?
I had one time when I had intestinal issues.
Really?
Yeah, I had
So
really
I was doing
hard
it and
poops
like,
when I was a kid.
Weird Poops as a kid would be the name of my book because that's my entire life.
Weird poops as an adult.
It's gonna be a lookbook, by the way. It's
Ugh.
just
A
kidding.
scratch and sniff?
Yeah, it's a scratch and sniff book. Yeah. But I went and I thought it was funny because it's like, what guy gets an ultrasound? Like, it's like, I just thought it was.
Some men get ultrasounds now. Some men have babies now.
I guess they do.
Yeah.
I guess they do.
It's a new world we're living
but I
in.
thought
Joe.
it was a novelty, fun experience, right? So I was there, the tech's like doing the jelly and everything, and I just said, I look up at her and I go, let me know if it's a boy or a girl. I said that to her, and she said, well, what we're really looking for is stomach cancer.
She did not say that back.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, no more jokes.
She had enough of your shit, no
She
pun
was
intended.
tired of me, yeah.
Oh my
She's
God.
like, we're looking for like a tumor is what we're looking for.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
oh boy. So anyway, results negative, no tumors.
Much to her dismay.
But she was so upset. She was like, I wanted this kid to die. So then I had to give a stool sample, which is where you poop into a cup and send it to a
course.
lab. Now, they don't really, this is what they don't tell you about the stool sample, is that the process of getting it is very difficult. they don't really give you the right tools for the job.
It's kind of like when you get soft serve, but it isn't cold yet.
Exactly.
And it's like,
yeah. So they give you like a large bowl that you can poop into, which is like, oh, this is easy to poop in. Now but you don't submit the large bowl. You have to move what's in the large bowl into a little tiny, when you give a urine sample, and they don't give you any utensils to move the thing.
Yeah.
All they give you are those tongue depressor sticks. So I had to poop into this bowl, and then
why
I had
do you
to.
need the tongue? Oh, that's.
They didn't give you
chopsticks?
Yeah, they give you.
It's like eating soup with chopsticks.
Exactly. So I like a spoon would have been nice or something. So I had to like.
Yeah, you need like that ramen spoon, like that ladle.
Yeah, that ramen spoon really would have been the best utensil for it.
Ew.
So I had to do
Did
that.
they give you gloves?
No.
Ew.
What?
No.
What if you didn't have to poop at that moment?
I did. In fact, I didn't. I had to take it home with me.
Ew.
I had to do homework. Now here's the problem with that.
You have to put it in the fridge.
Yeah, I had to refrigerate it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad.
At your mom's place?
That's right.
Oh, there's so much food
I
in that
remember
refrigerator.
when I was doing the sample, when I was finally getting to do the sample, my mom was just walking in from like a pickleball game.
Oh.
And the front door of my house, the bathroom's all the way at the back of the house.
She was like, holy
She
shit.
opens the door and goes, "Oh my God."
She's so funny.
She was disgusted. She could smell it. So I had to submit it, and then immediately they're like, "Oh, you have this not disease. You have this parasite called Giardia," which you want to look up Giardia. The nickname for it is
You think I know how to spell that?
Giardia. It is also known as beaver fever. That's the name of it. Beaver
let me tell you,
fever.
I had beaver fever at one point.
You did?
Uh-oh. It's a commercial. It's a commercial. They don't make it easy to buy concert tickets these days. Too true. You got to sign up for the pre-sale, get in the queue, and by the time you get through, the best seats are gone. Luckily for me, I use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easy. Prices on the app actually go down the closer to showtime. I cannot stress enough how true this is. It's amazing. Plus, the Game Time Picks feature makes it even easier to find the great deals on the seats you want. Just pull up your chosen event and turn Game Time Picks setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. Okay, so all you have to do is buy a phone. First of all, buy a phone, download the Game Time app, then you go and search whatever you want to see. I want to see Wicked, so I typed in Wicked. I hit the Game Time Picks right there, and it shows me the best deals. So here I am up close and personal. I could see their sweat for only $178. That's like an amazing deal. It's incredible. Yeah, that's right. In addition to concerts, they also do musicals, any kind of live event. We can go see a Knicks game. We can see a Nets game. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code NOTHANKS for $20 off your first purchase. So that's NOTHANKS, all caps. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code NOTHANKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? It's game time.
Look at this guy. They have an image of a guy.
Why did you drink out of that?
This guy's on a hike, and he's just like drinking out of a random stream.
Why would you ever
aggressively.
do that? What a freak.
I mean, in the wilderness. See, it's also called beaver fever right there.
Why beaver fever?
Because I think beavers get it all the time because they live in the water and they must just have constant diarrhea. Must be tough.
Is it crazy if we go to images?
Wait, diarrhea, often greasy and foul smelling.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Ew.
It was bad.
That's the most disgusting.
Okay,
image.
so what happened? When did you...
So I just I had to get on medication, and now the thing is that it really takes a while to get rid of. So really, there was like 4 months out of my life where what you saw on the screen over there was my reality.
How much weight did you lose?
I lost 15 pounds.
Wow.
Which for me is a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go drink out of this creek.
No,
yeah,
don't.
honestly, forget Ozempic.
You're going to come back and you're going to look so sick.
Yeah.
We're going to be like,
oh my God.
Jamie.
You're going to be like, I've lost 10 pounds, but your eyes are going to be like so sunken in. But yeah, it was not a fun time. Yeah, that was and that's because, why did I get that?
yeah,
Because
forget Ozempic.
I did shrooms, and I jumped in a creek, and I got nature's Ozempic.
Yeah, that's nature's Ozempic. Totally.
Nature's Ozempic.
They should have you go to the high schools or in the middle schools
And
when
talk.
they want to warn off kids
Yeah.
from doing drugs.
Well, what's
No,
in-
they should have you on. Remember The Biggest Loser? Do you remember that show?
That was a crazy show.
That was a crazy ass show. I never watched it, but I kind of want to.
Also, a little bit unfair because it's like all these people had to lose weight, and they like, but everyone like is
Loses
different.
the weight differently.
Yeah,
And sometimes like people gain muscle. It's like weight. Well, that's the thing is like weight and
it was
BMIs
just, it was just
and all
based
that.
on it was just based on weight alone, not body fat percentage.
all
which
of
is
that like
crazy.
doesn't matter. Like all of that's fake.
Yeah, it is fake. That was a good show though. I remember.
That's a
watching
conspiracy
it.
theory. I think diet culture made all that shit up.
Oh, really?
Well, there's actually a bunch of conspiracy theories because sizes have changed.
That's right.
So, for example, at Lululemon, the sizes are bigger than your actual size, and they only go up to like 10 or 12. But since those are bigger than your actual size, like it only goes up to like an 8 or 10. Like the sizes are small, and people think that Lululemon owns which it obviously does in like
Yeah.
the workout industry. And so because you can't fit in it if you're a certain size, and because when you go, your size is always bigger, it will make you work out more. Every person who owns like a workout,
They're awful.
They're athleisure. Why is everyone such a bad person?
Yeah, but you know what the thing is that it's not that they're bad people. They just hate fat people, which is like bad, I guess. But also they're like, yeah, we're fitness. Like they're kind of the enemy. They're also like not going to buy the products. So
well, like they can't because you don't
I
sell
know.
enough sizes.
I know.
But also you can be a big person and healthy.
But like, what do you, I don't know. I think it's bad to like outwardly say these people, I don't like them. But like also like if you make a product, you're like, yeah, my product's not going to be for everybody.
so like what if like a purple shampoo
yeah.
is made for blonde people who highlight their hair blonde?
Yeah.
What, are they just supposed to be like, yeah, we hate like
Well, that's the thing. They wouldn't be like, brunettes and gingers fucking suck and we hate them.
yeah, like they're not gonna say
Like
that.
they don't do that. They just go, yeah, our product's like not for you, and we don't, and you can use it if you want, but like we're not going to accommodate you because that's not our
What we're doing.
product. You know, like for the Lululemon, like they're like, well, we're not going to make 5XL because we just don't want to, and I think that's okay. I don't think everyone has to do something, but it's nice if they do. And you know what? If you are someone that's 5XL, then only support businesses that care about you, because some don't,
and none of them do.
and most don't.
And I hate to say that, and I don't mean that to be mean, but like, girl.
Amazon Basics does.
Yeah, I guess.
You
Do they
know?
have enough sizes? I know H&M is a good place
Also-
to shop if you're
Also, just from like
They
a
carry a lot of sizes.
a business logistics standpoint, a 5XL shirt is gonna cost the same amount of money as a small.
Yeah.
But it's like 3 times the fabric.
Yeah.
So it costs more of them to make. So another reason why they might not want to make big sizes.
Yeah, but the other thing is like it costs them like 25 cents to
That's
make
true.
anything.
I mean, and the child making it's getting paid nothing. So
child making it.
yeah, the child in the Lululemon factory is just like, why aren't we making 5XL? It seems not
No,
inclusive.
that's the real reason why they don't make bigger sizes is because these children
They
didn't even know. Like their
They
hands,
don't-
they're so small.
They don't want to pay them overtime.
They think a size 4, they're like already like, this is a monster because the kid's like
Yeah.
6 years old.
They're like, are we making car covers now?
What was the company, the furniture company that people said
Wayfair.
that they found? Yeah, like
People
children's
in it.
notes.
Yeah. No, they said that they would Wayfair. The Wayfair conspiracy is that they would name like a cabinet like Stephanie, right? And then it'd be like, well, there's a little girl that went missing named Stephanie, which is honestly it was kind of weird because it was
But
like,
it was weird that the cabinets were like, why not just Applewood? Why don't you just name it Applewood?
yeah, they would like name it like this is the Chris, and it's like a couch. It's like why is it named Chris?
Why is it named Chris?
Yeah, or it'd be like the full name. It'd be
Why
like,
is it called the John Benet Ramsey?
Yeah, why is this
Why is this such-
ottoman called the John Benet Ramsey? So there was a belief that and then also it was that some like they would find like a cabinet. It's like, why does this cabinet cost $25,000?
And why is it 40 pounds?
Yeah, and it's like so they believe that Wayfair was like a website you could go and like
Sex
openly
trafficking.
sex traffic people by buying the very expensive items that cost like $100,000 out in the open. But I do think that also was a hoax. I think that there was a lot of Photoshop involved in that too.
But people took it so
They
seriously.
did, and I did too. I was kind of like, this is crazy. But I just kind of wanted to believe that was happening. You know, sometimes you just like, that would be crazy. And you kind of like, you don't want it to happen, but you're kind of like, that would be nuts if it did.
It would be nuts if
I
it
also
did.
do buy a lot from Wayfair. I do like them.
Well, it's because everything
buy
that you
rug
can
from them.
buy for your home is so expensive. And I'm not
expensive.
even sure that like the quality. I mean, I do think like IKEA is kind of bad.
Yeah, IKEA, but it's
like
it's simple and it's quick and like it's a fun time. IKEA's like kind of like a amusement park.
yeah, it is like an amusement park. But for people who like to make beds.
Yeah, people that just graduated college and want to buy furniture for their apartment, really.
But I will. But like, it's so like furniture is so expensive.
It is
It's
expensive.
Crazy.
Yeah, my IKEA dresser is literally about to collapse,
Yeah.
like South Tower style. Like,
Oh,
not
you mean the
good.
one that's made out of cards that are
it's literally
folded?
it's literally made
It's
out
a card
of,
house.
It's literally made out of cardboard that was like painted like oak color.
Yeah, you like look at it and it's like
Also, IKEA, why the fuck why is everything put together by pegs? Pegs. Pegs. No glue. No glue.
It's designed by a gay man.
Yeah, it's like, what's going to keep this together? The power of fucking friendship? Like, what is this thing is... I'm like sitting on a fucking chair thinking...
it's held together by a pencil.
Yeah, it's held together by a fucking pencil. Like, by fucking yard shavings. Like yard clippings are keeping this thing together.
Yeah, IKEA's rough. It's so
Fucking
rough.
wood chips. Yeah.
But I love walking through
and also
it.
it's like, yeah, let me go buy the fucking dresser. It's called the Schlurgebert. Like, I can't even pronounce the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is where...
Oh, the Gluckschube.
Yeah, like, oh, you got the Schlurgebert? Like...
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Sturgen...
The Storgenborg and Schugebach.
Yeah. I'm like, no, that's a dresser. Please call it the tall dresser.
Well, the thing about it is it's the Swedish people
Yeah.
who are aliens,
tall
as we
white.
said.
It's the aliens. That's IKEA is a front
Just-
for aliens.
It's the aliens.
Exactly.
And they're trying to speak English.
They're trying. See, that's what people don't realize, that all Swedish people are just aliens, and when then they go, those are.
and if you play it backwards,
Yeah.
it says Paul
It
is
says
dead.
Paul is dead.
Well, on that note, should we do a push-up contest?
Yeah, so we do care a lot about fitness here at the No Thanks for Good experience. And we're going to do a little push-up contest. I mean, this is not going to be a good experience for people listening. But
Okay, should you go first or should I go first?
Maybe Genevieve, can you narrate what's happening for the listeners at home?
Yes.
We're going to see, should I go until I can't?
Yeah, go till you
Okay,
can't.
I'll go until I can't.
Okay.
Doing push-ups.
Chris.
Let's go,
Joe
Chris.
is up first.
He's been eating elk meat. He's been taking his B
Chris
complex
has
vitamin.
got into form.
One.
1,
Two.
Oh,
Great
he
form.
was gonna go for a
3,
clap, but he's
4,
not going for a clap.
5, 6,
He looks
7,
pretty sturdy.
8,
He's not starting to shake
9,
yet. For the
10.
listeners.
11. How many are you supposed? Like, how many is a lot?
I think like 30 would be a lot.
14, 15. We have to get to
15.
31 then.
His
16,
bald cap
17.
is staying on.
18, 19, 20,
That's starting to hurt.
21,
Oh, but
22,
but he shows no sign of
23,
weakness yet.
24, 25. I hope that your face is popping up in this camera. 26, 26,
Well, I can
27,
see him in this.
28, 29, 30, 31. You gotta do 31. 31! Woo! Okay, here we go.
I'm big and strong. Wow, that's actually the most push-ups I've ever done in a row. Okay, Caroline's up now. She's getting into position. Back up a little bit, Caroline, so your face can be in camera. Okay, you ready? Caroline's going for it.
Okay, Caroline's.
And she's kind of got half of one, and she collapsed on the floor. So she's gonna try again.
Her
again.
butt's a little high in the air.
She's going again. Those arms are shaking.
Yeah.
They are really
Oh, God,
shaking.
they really are.
Or she kind of went down halfway.
Oh.
That's one.
I guess collectively, yes. She kind of
Oh,
did
she's
2
trying
half
again.
push-ups.
She's trying
No,
again.
all right. She's really struggling.
Oh,
here.
God. Yeah, her
All right, maybe
eyes are
do.
shaking.
No, try doing from your knees.
Okay.
Modified. Now hold on. This is just her upper body. Yeah, she got one. That's pretty good.
Thank you. Well, thank you all for listening.
Thanks for
I'm sorry
listening.
that we had to kill Chris and Caroline tomorrow. They'll be, or next week, they'll be brought
We'll be back.
by
We'll be replaced by tall whites.
but they and they'll continue on with our careers wherever they go.
Yeah.
Although they will not be us. Nashville, April 11th, Zanies.
This is Caroline's tour. She's gonna be doing some
Stage
dates.
door, Charlotte, North Carolina, April 13th.
Yep.
And Medford, Massachusetts, May 8th.
North of Boston.
May 20th, Chicago. May 30th, Toronto. June 7th, Pittsburgh. June 8th, Philadelphia. June 19th, Minneapolis. June 21st, Milwaukee. June 22nd, Detroit. Chris is coming with me. We're thinking about doing the Wisconsin Dells,
Yeah.
a vlog.
And yeah, and also if you are in those cities and wow, show those abs. If you're in those cities, let us know. for things to
let
do.
us know things to do, and like
Yeah.
also like seriously come through. Let me know if you're coming.
We love to see you.
I sometimes I don't respond to my messages, but I do. Most of the time
she's
I do
too
see
booked
them,
and
and
busy.
most of the time I do respond.
Yeah.
People know that I respond. And we love you so much. Listen to my song "Lovesick." Chris has got a show in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I have a show in Brooklyn, Williamsburg on May 2nd.
Totally.
And also I'm gonna be going on the road myself doing headline shows.
No.
Yeah, I am.
Who's opening for you?
I don't know yet, to be determined. But I'm gonna be in, not confirmed yet, but LA, Austin, and Boston, DC as well. More cities to come. But I'm gonna be headlining, doing some stand-up. I'm actually pretty good at it.
Chris is actually so good at it.
Pretty good at it. I've been told that. I'm actually the best. Let me tell you something. I'm better than Joe Rogan at it. I'll say that confidently.
But he's the king of comedy.
He is the king of comedy, but sometimes the king is dead.
We would really love to see you at those shows. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching the No Thanks for Good experience, and we will see you
Next week.
Bye-bye.